Today, we're going to talk about the hardest things about growing a business. This was a discussion yesterday in my leadership team. One of our leaders put this great post out on LinkedIn. There are so many things that I do in my role that I would never have thought I could do 4 years ago when this journey started. I was pushed to do better and to tackle more because I was capable. There were days I fought it, days I didn't see the bigger picture, and frankly, days when being held accountable just pissed me off. But if I stayed in my comfort zone, I wouldn't be here. I tell my team often to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Be comfortable with the push. It's how we grow and develop, and it's how we progress. This was written by one of my senior leaders who joined our team 4 years ago in our call center as a call taker. And today she's the director of fulfillment running almost all of our revenue. And when I think about the hardest thing about growing the business, it comes down to one, but kind of two things. The hardest thing about growing the business is that your professional growth can only ever equal your personal growth. And when you're trying to grow yourself and grow people, you inevitably run into problems. You run into bias, or you run into ego, or you run into shortcomings that you didn't know existed, and suddenly you have to face them. So you have to be able to figure out a path where there is no path, develop yourself so that you can take the next step, and then make sure you're holding a ladder for the people behind you so that they can also develop themselves. So I'm going to give a couple different examples of how this is manifested in my career and how it's likely going to manifest in yours and your teams. I took over the business and there was maybe 8 people on the team. About a couple years in to that journey, we bought another company, and the team size went from, at that point it was maybe 13 people, we jumped up to 27. And before that it was a pretty flat organization, but now I had 3 leaders, and I have to be someone that gets things done through other people. I am no longer able to just directly go do things. And working through that journey allowed me to take a step further in my professional and personal development, and it also allowed the managers to flourish because they understood how to work and grow their careers. So it was a really big window for them to learn. And suddenly the business is a little bit larger. And at that point, we added an ops manager. That was a really big shift for me again, because I now added one more layer in between me and the rest of the organization. That was a big deal because I once again had to figure out how to step back, not talk directly to service managers, or how should I talk to them? And what does my job look like if I can no longer speak with everyone every day? How do I become a person that gets things done through other people that have to also get things done through other people? And that was the next stage of my career, where I took this step back, not from the day-to-day operations really, but from the minutia, and other people had to step up into that seat. It's really challenging at times to figure out where I fit into that and how to talk to the whole organization in a way that makes sense. And I don't think I have it right because we're still actively figuring it out. But as I start to figure out this next chapter and how I'm supposed to be and what my role looks like, my leaders, like she just demonstrated, are also trying to figure out how do they fit and how can they be the best that they can be. And they're going to be bringing up the people behind them. Then others behind me will also reach for more and continue moving. And then the folks behind them will reach for more and continue moving. And it creates this forward momentous culture where the business almost grows itself because suddenly you have 140 people all pushing for more. The most complicated part of growing a business is the people, and the people can include you. And that's the hardest part about growing a business. And if you have it figured out more than I do, I'd love to hear from you.